When I talk about the directionless government, there are many examples I can cite. And if I asked each one of you to contribute, would have as many examples as we are here. But just to cite a few. Number one, the shocking announcement in Parliament, not on the street, not on a political anthill, but in Parliament, not by a backbencher, but by the Minister of Mines and Minerals Development himself, Honorable Paul Kabuswe, that government made a verbal agreement, a gentleman's agreement to facilitate the return of Vedanta to KCM, for me, is a sign of total lack of leadership. Who could ever dare tell the Zambian people that the sale of such a big asset can even be referred to when there is no agreement in place, when there is no signed agreement in place? And the minister, on behalf of the president, even goes to Parliament and he says, this is just a verbal agreement. However, as some of you have followed, following the announcement by Paul Kabuswe, Anil Agarwal, who has been teasing us and taunting us, you remember what he said about our mine? He bought it for a song, and within a few months, he made millions of dollars in profit. Now, after Paul Kabuswe made that announcement, the same Agarwal announced that he would make available the reclaimed 79.4% shareholding in KCM to show up the books of Vedanta Resources that is laden with debt of over $6 to $9 billion. Out of a verbal agreement, Agarwal is going to claim back 79.4% shareholding in KCM. We must understand that a forensic audit was done that exposed the fact that Vedanta were actually cheating Zambia on taxes and were engaged in mining methods that degraded the assets of the mine and had failed to develop Konkola Deep Mine as agreed at the investment stage. And he also owed Zambia Revenue Authority, ZESCO, NAPSA, etc., etc. Beyond that, Agarwal also owed contractors and suppliers. The total debt at the time that the PF government made the decision that it did, the total debt was $1.5 billion. This was the background that in 2018 that necessitated the decisions that were made by us on the matter of KCM. So in actual fact, what Hakainde Hichilema is doing is a crime. It is a crime to give KCM to Vedanta on a beer hall agreement, because that's what it is. Not even a hotel agreement, a beer hall agreement, an agreement ya mkachaso. That is a crime. And we in the Patriotic Front must continue to speak about it as a criminal offense, a crime. You can't sell an asset such as KCM as though you are selling a bag of potatoes or a bag of kandolo on a street, a tin of beans. That's what you sell without a receipt, without an agreement, not a mine. We also understand that Vedanta Resources has demanded that government takes up this liability or causes the write-off of this $1.5 billion. Out of a verbal agreement, Vedanta is now demanding, can you, the Zambian people, pay the $1.5 billion that we owe contractors? However, despite the zeal by Kabuswe to cause this huge loss to the country, we understand that they are patriotic Zambians in government. Even in the UPND government, I want to assure you, there are some people in this government who are saying no to this scandal. So we don't stand alone. And we want to encourage those patriotic Zambians who are saving Hakainde Hichilema to continue to be patriotic and to say no to this kind of crime. And for us in the Patriotic Front, it is our duty on behalf of the Zambian people to continue to say no to such criminality.